Hello you guys, I hope you're having a great day. I quickly wanted to say that I'm sorry I've been quiet for a little while. I've been really enjoying my time off from school and my summer, but I need to start again soon, so I'm back at home, gonna show you what I've been eating and hopefully give you some healthy meal inspiration. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are in school and what you're taking. It's always really interesting to hear what everyone else is doing with their degrees. So before I get started with breakfast, I'm having this water that I like to infuse with mint leaves and cucumber slices. It is incredibly hot this year in British Columbia. My parents actually live in the hottest city in Canada. The weather here has just been absolutely insane, so I'm constantly drinking that water. You gotta make sure when it's super hot out and you're sweating a lot, you gotta make sure that you are keeping yourself hydrated. This is personally my favorite way to infuse my water, but if you look up detox waters, there are a ton of different recipes using berries or fruit. This is just what I prefer. I try to drink my water, especially in the morning, because you're most likely dehydrated because you've been sleeping for 8 to 9 hours, hopefully. So you haven't drank anything in that time. You need to make sure that you are starting up your metabolism properly. And this also helps to burn excess body fat because it gets your digestion moving and your metabolism to function optimally. For breakfast, I'm having these breakfast sandwiches, and instead of scrambled eggs, we're actually going to be using white beans. I saw this idea first on Chocolate Covered Katie. I'll link her down in the description bar. She has some really awesome vegan recipes. But to make this, it's super easy. All you're going to need are some white beans, some nutritional yeast, some turmeric, Himalayan salt, and then a little bit of vegan mayo. First thing we're gonna do is mash up the white beans, and then we're gonna mix in the mayo. Add in our nutritional yeast and our turmeric, and then just stir that around. I sprinkle a little bit of Himalayan salt in there, and that's it. Super, super, super simple. Takes me about 1 minute to make in the morning. I'm being an optimist. Next, I'm just toasting some whole wheat English muffins, and then we're just gonna spread the white bean mixture on top of that. I layered on some avocado and some spinach. And there are the breakfast sandwiches. They're incredibly filling and super nutritious. It's a great way to start your morning. For lunch, I'm having this sweet and sour cauliflower bowl. I shared this on Instagram and you guys were really excited to see how it's made, so I'm really excited to share with you. Shameless plug, come follow me on Instagram. I love talking to you guys on there. So to start off, I am making a sort of batter. I'm mixing together white whole wheat flour with some water, and then I'm just whisking that together, and we are going to be dipping our cauliflower bunches into this mixture before we bake it. Cauliflower is one of my favorite vegetables for so many reasons. I'm just gonna pause and tell you a little bit more. It has tons of vitamin C, which is amazing for you, helps you to not get sick. Loaded with vitamin K, which works with calcium to maintain bone health. And then it has tons of water and fiber content to help with your digestion. So here I'm just cutting the cauliflower lengthwise, and then I'm just breaking this into smaller little bunches. Next, we're just dipping our cauliflower into the batter we made, and then we are going to place this on parchment paper. Make sure you don't skip on the parchment paper because it is likely to stick if you do. We're gonna bake this at 250 degrees for around 10 to 15 minutes. Just keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't burn. While that's baking, I'm gonna make our sweet and sour sauce. So I'm mixing together some ketchup, adding to that some soy sauce, and then we're gonna add some maple syrup or agave. Personally, I use maple syrup probably because I'm Canadian, but you can also use agave. And then this is gonna add the sweetness. And then we're gonna add in some cornstarch and also some rice vinegars in there too. We're gonna mix this all together, and then we're going to throw it onto the stovetop and just stir it around. It's gonna reduce to a thick paste, and that's what we're gonna be adding our cauliflower pieces to. Everyone in my household absolutely loves this recipe. I love finding delicious recipes that are a healthier take on something else, and it's so satisfying when everyone really appreciates it. For a snack, I'm whipping together these spinach hummus wraps. I asked you guys on a previous video how you guys like to eat your spinach, and someone recommended this, and I've absolutely loved it ever since. So I'm just taking a whole wheat wrap and I'm spreading some hummus on it. I'm using this hummus right here in the corner. I usually like to make my own hummus, but you know, sometimes a girl ain't got time for that. So I'm just using this hummus today. And then on top of that, we're gonna throw on some spinach, and I like to add some alfalfa sprouts, which is so good. I love the crunch, it's really yummy. By the way, that hummus that I just showed is lemon and dill flavored. I think it's the absolute best flavor of hummus. It's so delicious, especially on this wrap. And that was my quick little snack. Other than this, I usually snack on raw fruit. I eat a lot of bananas, apples, oranges, but this is just changing it up a little. For dinner, I'm making this spinach and tomato pasta, which is so delicious and creamy. One of my best friends, Isabel, lives here with me and she loves this recipe. It's one of her favorites, so I figured I would make it, and she downed it in like 5 minutes. So we're gonna start off by boiling our penne pasta, and then while that's boiling, I'm gonna make our sauce by blending together cashews, diced tomatoes, a garlic clove, and some tomato paste with some dried basil and oregano, also a sprinkling of Himalayan salt and pepper in there. Add this to a saucepan on low heat, and same with that last recipe with the sweet and sour cauliflower, that's also on a low heat as well. Just mix this together, and then we're gonna add our boiled pasta, and then throw in some spinach and diced tomatoes. This pasta sauce is so creamy, you would have absolutely no idea that there's no dairy in it. So that is how I made the tomato and spinach pasta. If you are not a fan of tomatoes, which I know some people aren't, you really can't taste it in the sauce. So if you wanted to, you could make a variation of this by removing those tomatoes that I added in at the end and just add more spinach. That would be also very delicious. So that is what I've been eating lately. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to subscribe for more videos, and I will see you in the next one.